My pussy wear a mask, take cover from the spray. My pussy wear a mask, dripping droplets all day. My pussy wear a mask, public has a doomsday. Pander pussy, candor pussy, commander pussy, gerrymander pussy. Don't slander pussy, Icelander pussy. I slam the pussy, peaches jam with pussy.
Tell me what was the inspiration for making this record for Pussy Mask?
The sheer frustration of the pandemic and the frustration of all the things that were going on in America in terms of like during this frustrating time, how polarizing things could still be, how here is a chance to bring things together, to become, right. To be connected, and it's just no possible way. And so with a leader that is so polarizing and so, who was so hateful, so excited that he's not the leader anymore.
Right.
Also trying to honor the people who are trying to,
right.
keep it together. And the sad passing, of course, of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who
yep.
who brought on the Senate vote, which in effect brought on the insurrection the minute the Senate swayed. So all of that, and just also trying to bring a little, I guess, satire and fun to a very grim and real and absurd situation. So I thought I would take it, yet also an absurd take on it, and not shy away from what is going on, but find a way so people could, have a little smile while they're feeling the pain.
When you get up in the morning, do you hit the newspapers or the whatever source of media news that you have and just kind of go, what is it? What now? What? Because I know that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, it comes up. I try not to do it first thing in the morning, but definitely, yeah. But I must say, I'm taking if there is a lot still going on, but it's nice not to hear like Trump's voice every 5 minutes or about him or his name or, it's really exciting, actually.
That is true. So are you hopeful? Are you optimistic that things are actually going to change a little bit in a better way?
I mean, it's still, things are going to change, and it has to. There's no way it could be that, obviously there's a lot of work to do, but yeah. Are you hopeful?
I think I am. You kind of have to be, otherwise what's the point? So.
It's kind of, you feel like you're hopeful for the next 4 or 8 years, and then it'll go back again or something. It always goes really like.
It does seem to feel that way, but it's never gone as low as it did in the last 4 years, I don't think. So, I mean, I'm an old guy. Maybe I've seen a few of them passing around, and man.
Went pretty low with Reagan. Went pretty damn. I mean, also with Bush, but.
Yeah, I think with Reagan, people didn't realize what was happening until after he was gone. Then you look back on it and you go, okay, look at that, explains a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he deregulated everything, and including the media and all sorts of else.
In the same way that Trump was doing.
Yeah. Yep. So what's it like in Berlin? What's the vibe there like? Is it a better place to be?
We thought we were so great in the first lockdown. We were like, yeah, we're doing great, and everybody was good. And now we've been on lockdown since December.
Right.
And it seems like it's going to be even more of a lockdown coming up.
Oh boy. And what do you attribute that to?
It's variance. People just forgetting that, just people not wearing masks, going out, standing too close, not following exactly the rules.
Yeah.
Going, I'll just have 2-3 people over, just little nudges of things. Oh, that won't happen to me. I don't know, because I'm not in people's world and most of the people I've been around, people have been quite safe, but
Yep.
I think that there weren't like real lockdown rules in place, so people found ways around it.
Right. So I know you were doing quite a bit of stuff before COVID hit, some of it not necessarily musical, but what have you been keeping yourself creatively busy with during all this time?
Well, not for a lot of it, like everybody having the shock, adjusting. And, but I did, was working on album demos, and that's where this song came up, because it was a line from a song that I was working on for the album. And then I thought, oh, this line needs to be a whole song and needs to come out now. So I focused on that. Just also put out it was like a collaboration with yet another Pussy related name, Pussy Crew. They're like a 3D animators and incredible talents. And we put together like an online experience. It's not really a game, but an online experience through self-discovery, like just self-meditation and work and facing your demons and things like that. And it was really quite beautiful and amazing, but it's not online anymore. It was part of a festival.
Right.
But yeah. And yeah.
And you were involved in a stage show, right? There's only one peach with a hole in the middle.
Yeah, that was before. Yeah, that was the end. That was in 2019. That was like big, a celebration, of 20 years of Peaches with, like 2 different dance troupes and 12 musicians and guest appearances, and something that could never happen right now. Like,
well, I gotta wonder, what does it do to you when you come from something, you're doing something like that that's big and celebratory, and you're working with lots of people, and then suddenly it all comes to
well, we were very lucky. Like, our last show was New Year's Eve,
right?
2020. Like, hey. So and then there was hopes of continuing it somehow, even though it was quite large and hard to, it did travel to London and in Denmark and in places in Germany, and it had like 5 dates in Berlin. Those were the 5 last dates. Yeah, but it's an adjustment.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, I don't think I tried to think about it too much, but I really, I haven't been in one place for over like usually 6 weeks.
Right.
Never mind a year. So yeah.
And do you talk to other fellow artists, musicians, whatever, and discuss how you're dealing with this stuff? What kind of conversations do you have?
How hard it is to be creative. How some are, how hard it is to be creative, but how human life, we're all pretty, we're all able to live and able to, we're not in the dire problem needs. So a lot of people have found they're human more,
Yep.
One friend's just like, this saved one friend was like, this saved me. I mean, I would have never known how much I was working and how fast I was going.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And some people are like, oh, this is how my life kind of was anyway. I kind of stayed home all the time and, worked on whatever I was working on and kept to myself.
And what about you? How are you looking at it?
I just, it's confusing. It's very confusing.
Right.
Trying not to think about it, and thinking also just about like what's really important, what, because it is important, my art and what I do, but also just, what is important as a human, what you really need to
And
do
people
and
would
be.
assume because of what you do for a living that you're a very social person. So
Yeah, I am.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
So,
but and I'm lucky that I have a partner that I live with to drive crazy. So
good idea.
you know,
Yeah, excellent. And you mentioned it's been like 20 years that you've been doing this, the high visibility thing. So are you kind of looking back and thinking about how you want to celebrate that? I mean, you already did a bit in 2019.
yeah, no, that's really, that was it. You know,
That was it.
the looking back. Well, no, it was big. It was huge. It was a lot
Right.
of work to think about it and look back, and it was really exciting.
Right.
So, yeah. So I'm going to look forward now.
And when you're looking forward, what are you hoping to do, to accomplish?
I don't know. Let's see what I can. I just, try not to look too forward to, because you don't really know what you can do. So, but keep it in the back of your mind, but mostly just music. It all starts from music. So,
Right. So have you been listening to a lot of music since you've been locked down and locked in?
Not crazy amount actually,
Who do you
but a
listen
fun
to?
amount. Listen to a lot of like just typical female rap that I really love, that I'm really
Right.
happy with the evolution of, and just the directness and the dirtiness and the unabashedness. Yeah. So been listening to a lot of that, and like everyone, watching a lot of Netflix.
Yeah, that's for sure. I never knew I needed to know so much about the royal families when watching The Crown. So there you go.
I avoided that one.
Probably a wise move. But there you go. Yeah. So people are expecting an album from you at some point, because it's been a while since like 2015, 16 or something. So are you kind of focusing more in that direction now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
And
starting
where
again.
are you
So,
in that process?
well, there's a lot of demos and a lot of work to be done, but it should be done by next year. So
And
just in time to get around.
yeah. So are you working differently than you normally would have under these circumstances, as far as putting
Not
music
really.
together? Yeah.
Not really.
Is it really
Yeah.
normally a solitary endeavor anyway?
No, usually with a like the last album was solely me and a collaborator. So it'll be the same this time.
Mhm.
Just one-on-one.
Right. And with a song like Pussy Mask, I mean, when you make a record like that, and especially the video, which is it's got a lot going on in it. Do you think about how you're being perceived, whether or not you're being taken seriously, or if a message is actually getting through, or is all that kind of go through your mind at all?
Well, I just think that I'm doing it the way I want to do it and show it the way I want it. So, yes, those perspectives happen a lot. And I would have thought about all those things, I would never make them. So I just have to do what I do and know that some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate it. Some people are going to really appreciate it. Some people are going to be horrified.
Right.
And that's always been the way it's been with what I do. But that's the way I want to do it, or else what's the point for me?
Okay. So the record coming out sometime in the future. We don't know when. Do you have a timetable?
Yeah, like 2022.
Okay, that's close enough.
Yeah.
And you work pretty much, I assume you have a home studio or something that you
Yeah. So it's not really, just normal, but actually in the process of building like a real one.
Right.
A real home studio with like proper walls, but it probably won't be done before the album's done. So.
Oh, dear. And what about your writing? What inspires you? Is there something that gets you in the mood to write these days?
To be honest, it's just like, oh, okay. I I mean, it's like a transitional time. It's just like, there'll be a lot of ideas and maybe they'll be good today and not tomorrow, So that's why it was hard also to write during the pandemic, because it's like
Right.
that swirls in your head a lot, or, so it's hard to say. I'm just excited to get intensely back into it. So then it's just like, ideas will come.
Right. So with the new song,
If you-
the video,
yeah.
have you been getting feedback that you're happy with? Are you getting your message across, do you think?
Yeah, it's the people who like it love it and are having a good time with it, and they're thankful. And the people who are angry are not usually my fans, but they saw it and they're acting the way they do, outraged or worried that their kids are going to see this video, even though it's got like a warning on it and whatever. Normal business.
Normal business, yeah.
Reminds me that we still are where we are.
Yeah.
Makes me feel relevant.
Is that important to you?
Sure. Because I also in terms of like me understanding what's going on in terms of relevant, like I don't want to be, not that I just don't want to be, it's important to understand where things are right now. And,
right.
Even with your own opinions and ideas about it, those change too, like, or the world's ideas change about it. So you have to make sure you're with it or aware of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And being relevant, I mean, a lot of people think to be relevant, you have to be kind of in your 20s and,
I mean, I don't think, I mean more relevant, like just be aware of what's all going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All righty. Very
This
cool.
is my favorite hand cream. It's from New Zealand.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I
love it. It smells really
You've
good.
been here a few times, haven't you?
I love New Zealand. Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for talking to me. I really appreciate it. And
thank you, Marty.
Hopefully you'll get out of your lockdown and back in amongst the people.
Help me. I can't get out. Yeah, it'll happen one day.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Have a good day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.